Is Wendy Williams finally getting the last laugh?
Plotative individual. I will plot on you. That's right. And that's why I'm going into season 11. And he's changing Pampers.
You know that saying about karma not missing anyone? Well, it's finally caught up with Kevin Hunter, who is apparently no longer receiving a dime from Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams, the legendary talk show presenter, appears to have a beef with her ex Kevin and his baby mama Sharina. She reclaims authority and confronts her ex-husband Kevin Hunter and his mistress Sharina Hudson. She's not going to sit back and accept their betrayal. Wendy has a brilliant plan to embarrass them both, and it's nasty. Has she been successful in her plan, or will it backfire? Keep watching to find out.
Looks like Kevin Hunter, aka Kelvin Hunter, Wendy Williams' ex-husband, his karma has finally come, because he's claiming in new court documents that he is about to be foreclosed on. His alimony checks have run dry.
According to the gossip making rounds, Wendy's ex-husband and his mistress are bankrupt because of Wendy. All we can say today is that Kevin Hunter had to learn his lesson the hard way since Wendy was sick and tired of his cheating ex-husband and his boo Sharina. But we must give the TV personality some credit since she played them well, and now they are pleading for her mercy. Some of you may be thinking, oh, poor Kevin. But keep in mind that he was the one who cheated on Wendy and ended their marriage. As a result, it's a classic you made your bed, now lie in its situation. In the end, Kevin got exactly what he deserved, nothing. You may recall that he cheated on Wendy with Sharina despite being married to the talk show host at the time. To make matters worse, he was spending Wendy's money on Sharina. Can you imagine how shameless this man is? He did. In fact, it's Sharina a house worth $765,000 that was only 9 miles away from the house he lived with Wendy.
And I read about it in the blogs and the tabloids, the address of this place that he had purchased to share with this backwoods 9 miles from my house in Livingston. And they're living the high life.
Wendy should have shot him instead of crying when she found out. But who knows, maybe she enjoys slow vengeance. Insiders, on the other hand, allege that the only reason Kevin didn't leave Wendy was that he and Sharina needed her money to exist. That didn't last long because he got Sharina pregnant and they had a daughter. And this was the final straw for Wendy, since if there was one thing she couldn't bear, it was Kevin humiliating her by having a baby with his side boo.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
She had her first taste of vengeance. She filed for divorce and let go of Kevin as her manager. In a single day, he was divorced and unemployed. But he never learned his lesson. The divorce proceedings verified what everyone has been saying about Kevin. He's a gold digger who was solely interested in Wendy's money from the start. The reason behind this was that he had asked Wendy for alimony and child support.
Got a lot to talk about.
When Wendy and Kevin split, everything was well for Kevin and Sharina because they had Wendy's money to live a good life. Wendy's earnings, however, ceased as a result of the cancellation of her show. Kevin and Sharina are now frightened because what else did they do but steal Wendy's money? Wendy, it turns out, cheated him big time and he had no idea. The broadcaster appears to have fate on her side in giving Kevin what he deserves. However, the circumstance could be better for her. In fact, she has had no source of income since her show was canceled. On October 15, 2021, the plaintiff was informed by Talk WW that her contract was being suspended and that no compensation shall accrue or be payable to the plaintiff for the period of the plaintiff's disability and incapacity, Wendy's counsel claimed. However, when the money stopped flowing in, Hunter was ready to take issues to court. His lawyer delivered a statement to the court in which he stated, "I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the Homeowners Association and I'm behind on that bill." As if being duped by Wendy wasn't bad enough, Kevin is now out here claiming to be broke and wanting the money that was promised. Well, it's a well-known fact that he and Sharina both rely on Wendy's alimony payments to survive. Not only that, but Kevin stated he lacks health insurance, which has been a burden because he needs hip surgery. Hunter clearly has no qualms about the fact that if his ex-wife doesn't pay him monthly spending money, he won't be able to keep his residence. In his statement, he stated that if the Homeowners Association fees are not paid, a foreclosure will soon follow. My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. In response, Wendy's counsel stated in court that their client no longer had the financial wherewithal to support Hunter, stating that she presently has no other television show being aired and providing her any cash, let alone an equivalent salary. What's astonishing is that Hunter pursued his complaint despite Wendy's show being off the air for a year. He had conveniently forgotten the portion of the divorce agreement that stated alimony would be altered or eliminated if Wendy lost her source of income. The agreement stated unequivocally that if, for any reason, plaintiff's contract with Talk WW is not renewed or is otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated, and plaintiff does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary, defendant understands and agrees that all severance payments shall be subject to either termination or modification. Fans, too, had some fantastic tips for Kevin. One of them said on Twitter, "Get a job, dude." Another person commented on the same while giggling hysterically, just one example of how God doesn't bless mess. He left his wife for his mistress, and now he can't pay his bills. Make that tramp get a job and go apply for one with her.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
You looking good?
Thank you. Can I have your hand, please? Can I have your hand?
Oh,
Somebody's hand.
somebody.
Take your hand. Thank you.
Jeez Louise, man. What?
Wendy hasn't worked in almost a year, and she was missing for the whole final season of the Wendy Williams show. On the other hand, the talk show host has been quite open about her medical issues, including her struggle with Graves' disease, lymphedema, and vertigo. She was so ill that she could scarcely walk without assistance. Her most famous response to her medical issues occurred in 2018. As she put it, "Stop asking me why I wear sneakers, I have lymphedema. Stop asking me why my eyes bulge, I've got Graves' disease. Stop asking me, like, dumb mess. Can we connect on a more cerebral level?" Aside from medical issues, the TV program star's alcoholism is a well-kept secret in the entertainment sector. Rumor has it that if her talk show's production firm, Dema Mercury, had performed responsibly, her substance consumption would have increased. As a result of her dispute with the production firm, Wendy Williams entered into treatment for roughly 2 months to treat her substance abuse issues.
I found out that my money was I don't want to talk too much about that, but let's just say I know what kind of money I have. Unfortunately, I only have $2.
The host is speaking out against her former financial advisor Wells Fargo, whom she alleges is preventing her from receiving millions. Wells Fargo froze her accounts owing to her apparent lack of mental stability. As a result of this ruling, the former radio personality was forced into financial conservatorship. As if all this financial stress wasn't enough, her ex's mistress, the woman with whom her husband cheated on Wendy, has turned to the internet to criticize her for not paying alimony. She even mocked Wendy's ambitions to launch her podcast, adding, "Happy and healthy is all I'm on right now." The clickbait is real. I guess they need the storyline to continue for a podcast. Kevin, on the other hand, declared himself the king behind the purple chair's power. But how ironic, he still has to beg money from his ex-wife to support himself and the baby mom he cheated on. After what he had done, if he expected sympathy here, he was in for a harsh shock since people are not here for it. Even if Wendy did want to cease paying Kevin's child support, her admirers are still on her side, not her unfaithful ex-husbands. One of them stated, "If Ms. Wendy planned this whole house of cards, all I can say is bravo, bravo. Wendy deserves an Oscar for her performance. What a takedown." And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye.